Hello and welcome to Challenge Your Mind, Change the World, the podcast where we dive deep into the art of communication and critical thinking, and how these essential skills can transform our relationships and our futures with our teens. I'm your host, Francesca Hudson, the classic high school teacher, a writer, entrepreneur, and an advocate for meaningful conversations. Each episode, I explore strategies and share insights on how parents can enhance their communication with their children. It's not just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, and fostering an environment where critical thinking thrives. I'm here to equip you with the tools not only for immediate improvements in your family interactions, but also to set up our teens for long-term success in every aspect of their lives. So whether you're on your morning commute or winding down for the evening, join me as we unlock the potential of our conversations to shape a brighter, more thoughtful world. Let's get started. Hi everyone, Francesca here, the classic high school teacher. Today we are talking about something that might completely change the way you see your teens' study struggles. Because there is one study skill most teenagers were never explicitly taught. And without it, they can work hard, they can be bright, they can care deeply, and yet they can still underperform. So today, let's talk about what that skill actually is. Let's get started. So if you have ever said, you just need to revise more, or you might have said to your teenager something like, you know this, you just need to show it. Or you may have said something along the lines of, why are you making these silly mistakes? Well, as a parent, if you've said anything like this or something similar, you are not alone, my friend. Most parents assume study problems are about motivation, time management, effort, or distraction. They're the top four. But what if the real issue is something completely different? What if the real issue is that your teen doesn't know how to translate knowledge into answers? That's right, translate knowledge into answers. And that is a completely different skill. And a skill I am guessing doesn't really get talked about enough in classrooms, at parent-teacher meetings, at home. So we're going to talk about it today. The study skill no one explicitly teaches is this: answer construction. It's not memorizing. It doesn't mean it's memorizing. It doesn't mean highlighting or rereading. None of those concrete skills that we teach in class, but building a clear, structured response under pressure. Now that's hard. Most teens are taught content, quotes, definitions, formulas. Very few are taught how to break down a question, how to prioritize what matters in that question, how to structure a response step by step, and how to think out loud on paper. They might have been taught one of those four, but to be taught all four of those is quite rare. So when they sit in an exam, their brain isn't just recalling information, it's juggling. It's juggling working memory, task interpretation, planning, sequencing, language precision, time awareness, emotional regulation, all at once. That is a huge cognitive load for your teen. So this is why high-achieving teens often look like they underperform, because they know the material and they can talk about it out loud, they can talk about it verbally, and they can explain it in conversation. But when faced with a blank page, they freeze, because writing is not one skill. It's actually multiple systems working simultaneously. And if those systems haven't been scaffolded for your teenager, the brain stalls. Not out of laziness, it's definitely not out of laziness, but it's actually out of overload. And this is where I come back to that knowledge of how to translate their knowledge into written answers. So we need to look at this whole brand new skill called answer construction, because what schools often assume is that students have already developed executive functioning skills, planning systems, self-monitoring strategies, cognitive flexibility. But many teens, especially those with ADHD or slow processing speed or anxiety or perfectionism or dyslexia or just simply developing executive skills, have not automated these processes yet. So just study more doesn't fix the problem. By saying just study more, it doesn't fix the problem. More hours of ineffective study doesn't equal better outcomes. It actually has the opposite effect. It often equals burnout. And here's the gap I see every day. Your teen may know the content, but they cannot show the examiner their thinking clearly. And examiners don't reward what a student knows because an examiner can't read inside your teenager's mind. They reward what the student communicates and how they communicate. That difference is everything. So what does answer construction actually involve? Well, it means your teen can decode what the question is truly asking. It means your teen can decide which information is relevant to their answer. It means your teen can sequence ideas logically. It means they can build a paragraph with a clear claim, specific evidence, explanation, analysis. It means your teen can link back to the question. And it means your teen can monitor whether their answer makes sense or not. That is a cognitive choreography, and most teens are expected just to pick it up. So here's the good news. This is what you can do at home as a parent. This skill is teachable. You don't need to drill content endlessly at night time, at homework time, or sit beside them for hours, or become the homework police. We definitely do not want that. Instead, what we can, as parents, focus on is asking better questions. So instead of saying, did you revise tonight? Try saying something like, what would a strong paragraph need to include here? Or what is the question really asking you to prove? So what you're doing is you're shifting them into structure. When they give you their feedback on their writing, you're getting them to look at their writing from a structural point of view. Okay, so that's the first thing, asking better questions. The second thing you can do at home is breaking tasks down. Large tasks overwhelm the brain, right? So what we can do as parents is we can help our teens shrink the task into smaller pieces, if you like. So what is one point you could make? Just one. What's one point you could make about this essay question? Or what evidence supports it? Or how would you explain why that matters? Just one idea at a time. Really small, bite-sized pieces creates momentum. And then when we get momentum, we get results. And then when we get results, we get confidence. So breaking the tasks down is really important. The third thing you could do at home to support your teen at homework time is normalizing the freeze. So when your teenager says, I don't know, okay, when they say, I don't know, we can translate it as, I don't know where to start. That's what it means. That's what it could actually mean, is I don't know where to start. And starting is a skill. It is a skill that we have a whole toolkit around here at the Classic High School Teacher. The Fast Draft Toolkit is all about eliminating that blank page freeze and just helping your teenager to start getting the ideas out onto the paper. So starting is a skill. Because when teens don't know how to construct answers, they often internalize, I'm not good at this, I'm not academic, I'm not smart enough. But when they are given structure, confidence rises quickly, because confidence doesn't come from praise, it comes from clarity. Knowing what to do next removes panic. If they have that structure, they know what to do next and they get clear. You get that clarity. It reminds me of my son. My youngest son is only 7, but he still asks every day, what are we doing today? What are we doing today? What are we doing today? He likes the structure. He likes to know exactly what he's doing next. He likes to have his routines. Confidence comes from clarity, and you can apply that at all ages. So why this matters long term? Well, this isn't just about exams. Answer construction, this is the skill that no one teaches, is more than just exams. It's critical thinking. It's decision making. It's teaching communication. It's teaching professional writing. And it's also teaching university level expectations, if that happens to be the path for your teenager long term. Because if your teen can build a clear argument under pressure, they can thrive almost anywhere, any place, any social situation, any workforce. So it has compounding effects, the skill of answer construction. If your teen studies for hours, but marks don't reflect it, pause before assuming effort is the culprit, effort is the issue. Instead, maybe ask yourself, have they been taught how to build answers? Because that is the study skill no one explicitly teaches and the one that changes everything. If this episode resonated for you, please do share it with another parent who might need to hear it. And if you want practical step-by-step systems that teach this skill clearly, that's exactly what I focus on inside my toolkits. I will link the Fast Draft Toolkit specifically. I think that's a great place to start in the description below. Because you don't need more pressure, you just need structure. And structure is learnable. I will see you next week, my friend. Bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Challenge Your Mind, Change the World. I hope you found our discussion enriching and that you're walking away with new ideas to enhance communication and critical thinking within your own family. If you enjoyed this episode and are finding value in our conversations, please take a moment to rate us on your favourite podcast platform. Your feedback not only supports us, but also helps other parents discover the tools they need to foster stronger relationships and critical thinking skills with their teens. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and share this with someone who you think could benefit from our today's topic. I'm Francesca Hudson, and I look forward to joining you again next time as we continue to challenge our minds and change the world. Until then, keep thinking critically and communicating effectively.